What is up, guys? It is Jed Wrestling here, back again with another video. Clash in Paris 2025 was yesterday, and today we're going to be running it down. We're going to be talking about everything that happened, starting off with the opening match. And our opening match of the night was Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. This match was actually really good, dude. This was one of the best, if not the best performance that we've ever seen from Bronson Reed in the ring, in my opinion. Roman Reigns, it's obviously always awesome to see him wrestle. He was hyping up the crowd in Paris a lot. They were singing a song, they were chanting his name. It was really cool. And yeah, babyface Roman Reigns, I feel like is unmatched for like where he is now because part of me misses the Bloodline story, heel Roman Reigns when he was with the Usos and Solo and Sammy and all that. Part of me misses that, but I feel like now with post undisputed title Roman Reigns, I feel like a babyface who loves the crowd is the best bet for Roman Reigns to play right now, and I would like to see him win another world title in the future. But yeah, he did pick up the win over Bronson Reed here, and after the match, he went up to Paul Heyman and he took his shoes back, and it looked like he was just gonna take him kindly, but he ended up choking out Paul Heyman with the guillotine, and then he stood up on the announce table, started signing his shoes and throwing them out into the crowd, which was pretty cool. But then out of nowhere, we saw Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker comes in, he spears Roman Reigns through the announce table just like he did to Carlito at WrestleMania 41. And when he landed, it looked pretty awkward, dude. It looked like he hurt himself, like when he first landed, but judging by how he was moving afterwards, I guess it was fine. I guess it was just like an in the moment type of thing, or maybe the adrenaline carried him on or something. I hope Braun Breaker's all right because he looked like he was in some pain and he was trying to like hide it as best he could. But Roman Reigns gets carried out after that. Then Braun Breaker comes in with another spear on Roman Reigns, then shoves him back into the ring. Bronson Reed hits him with another tsunami. Then they put him on a stretcher. Then Bronson Reed hits him with another tsunami. And then Jey Uso comes in, and that he gets taken out pretty quickly by Braun Breaker. Then Bronson Reed hits another tsunami on Roman Reigns, and like that, this brawl, judging by how carried out this brawl was, you can definitely tell that they're going to be keeping Roman Reigns off for a while. They're going to be keeping him off until probably Survivor Series. Next match on the show was the Wyatt Six defending their WWE Tag Team Championships up against the Street Profits. This match was nothing crazy. I mean, the most interesting part was when the Street Profits were sort of struggling to cohesively work together after what Bo Dallas said to them on Friday. But we all knew that the Street Profits were gonna pull through and still work together perfectly fine in this match. BFAB was there on the outside. She sort of tried to play peacemaker. By the way, what connection does BFAB have to the Street Profits? I mean, like she was involved in that little stable where it was Bobby Lashley and then Street Profits. I think it was called the Pride. She was involved in that a little bit, but I feel like that is come and gone. Like I don't know why she's still involved with the Street Profits. Probably only because Nikki Cross is in the Wyatt Six and they need a female equalizer. But it's not like they even like got into it in this match, so I don't know. I don't know why BFAB is still with Street Profits. I would kind of prefer if she isn't. But we still had the rest of the White Six interfering in this match and causing Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis to pick up the victory. They are still your WWE Tag Team Champions. That's all right, I guess. The Women's Intercontinental Championship, Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. This was a match that I feel like never really got going, not gonna lie. There were some sloppy moments. You can tell that Nikki Bella has definitely had some time away from the ring because she was trying to put on a good match here, but I feel like the sloppy moments and the botches kind of threw it off the rails a little bit. But we did see some cool stuff. We saw Nikki Bella hit a manhandle slam on Becky Lynch, of course Becky Lynch's own move. We saw Becky Lynch trying to hit a rack attack on Nikki Bella, but she had it scouted. But in the end, we saw Becky Lynch pin Nikki Bella and put her away for the victory. Becky Lynch is still your Women's Intercontinental Champion. This was not the last time that we saw Becky Lynch on this show, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But yes, I don't really know what Nikki Bella could do from here, but because she's on her little WWE run right now, and I assume it's going to continue. I'm sure she's going to work a couple more feuds, so maybe get her involved in the women's world title picture. I don't know. But Becky Lynch is still your champion. Moving over here, we had a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match, Sheamus versus Rusev. This match was an absolute slobber knocker, dude. We saw several different weapons introduced throughout this match, including a literal bar. And then Rusev actually laid the bar down and put Sheamus through it, like through the cabinets of the bar, pretty much. That was pretty cool. But towards the end, we did see Sheamus actually climb up onto the barrels with Rusev, but Rusev was able to turn it into the Machka lock, and he locked it in on Sheamus on top of the barrels, but he still didn't tap out. He lifted Rusev up onto his shoulders and hit him with this massive white noise through two tables down below. That was really cool. And yeah, they got back inside the ring and they hit a couple bro kicks, a couple super kicks, but in the end, Rusev used a shillelagh to lock the Machka lock on Sheamus and made him tap out, dude. Sheamus tapped out to Rusev. Can you believe that? I thought they were going to do like a pinfall victory here, but no. Sheamus tapped out. That's pretty wild to me. Sheamus doesn't tap out much. I can only recall him ever tapping out once, and that was a match with Bobby Lashley back on Raw in like 2021. It was like the Thunderdome era. But yeah, Rusev does pick up the victory here. This match blew me away, dude. John Cena. Oh, wait, look at that focus. Look at the focus on the camera. Even the camera thought this match was awesome. But it was John Cena versus Logan Paul. Obviously, I was expecting this match to be fun, but they really did pull out all the stops to make this match memorable for Cena's not only his final ever match, but his final ever appearance in Europe. They tried their darndest to make this memorable, and they sure did succeed. We saw several different moves that John Cena doesn't usually hit, including like he was hitting like Hurricane Ranas. He had a sunset flip powerbomb, bringing me back to 2015, and he did a little nod to AJ Styles with a Styles Clash on Logan Paul. Like I've said before, I do hope that AJ Styles faces John Cena at some point. AJ Styles is actually challenging for the Intercontinental Championship tonight on Raw, I believe. So maybe he wins that, and then at Crown Jewel, they can do like Cena and AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship because John Cena has actually never held the Intercontinental Championship, and it's the last title he needs to be a Grand Slam champion. So if AJ does win the Intercontinental Championship, I think that would be probably the best storyline to make that match because they're both baby faces. And if there's no title involved, they probably don't have much of a reason to be fighting. But I do hope that happens. Yeah, I just got majorly off topic there. But yeah, we saw several different close pinfall attempts in this match out of several AAs, out of several punches to the face from Logan Paul. And Logan Paul was busting out some pretty cool stuff too, like the Swanton, then the standing moonsault. Don't count Logan Paul out of this match, but yeah, John Cena in the end did manage to hit an AA, countering one of Logan Paul's right hands to the face, and put away Logan Paul in Paris. After the match, Cena was kind of soaking everything in like he did at SummerSlam, and I was expecting Brock Lesnar to come out, not gonna lie. I was expecting Brock Lesnar to come in, maybe F5 John Cena, because if you look at the WWE schedules that they have in place for Brock and John, you can see that Brock has a differing schedule. He's appearing on shows that John Cena is not going to be on. Cena is going to be appearing on shows that Brock is not on up to the lead up to WrestlePalooza. So if they want to do this match, I feel like this would have been a good time to maybe have like an interaction between the. I guess I can see why they wanted Cena to just soak it all in and just be with the fans from Europe one last time. But dude, I feel like the WrestlePalooza match build is kind of going to be lacking here for Cena versus Lesnar. But yeah, really good match with John Cena and Logan Paul. I'm happy they were able to make time for a Logan Paul match because they had a pretty decent feud up until this. They had some really good promos. But yeah, John Cena picks up the win. In our main event of Clash in Paris, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. This match was really well put together, in my opinion. You had a bunch of different fun spots. Seth Rollins stole both CM Punk and Jey Uso's moves throughout this match. And we did also see some bickering, of course, between Jay, Punk, and Knight, just like I predicted would happen in this match, because they were teaming up, sort of. They were about to put Seth Rollins through a table, and then they just started fighting each other, of course. And then LA Knight actually knocked CM Punk through a table, just like CM Punk allegedly accidentally did a couple weeks ago on Raw. The table didn't actually break underneath CM Punk, so it was kind of a lame spot, if I'm being honest. But yeah, towards the end of the match, we did see LA Knight. He was about to hit an elbow drop on Seth Rollins through the table from the top rope, no less, just like Shane McMahon. But he crashed through the announce table. Seth Rollins moved out of the way. So that effectively incapacitated LA Knight. And then Jey Uso had been taken out by this point, so it was just a singles match between Rollins and Punk, who stalls for a suspiciously long time, and then a female figure comes in and low blows CM Punk. And I feel like in the moment we could all figure out who this was. It was Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch helping out her husband Seth Rollins by hitting CM Punk right in the nads, and then Punk tries to crawl towards her, and Rollins stomps his face into a steel chair. One, two, three. Seth Rollins is still your World Heavyweight Champion. Becky Lynch helps out Seth Rollins. I don't know if this is just going to be a one-time deal or she's going to be a full-time member of the division because she's still the women's Intercontinental Champion. She has to work her own feuds, but it would be really interesting to see these two as a power couple ruling over literally the entirety of the Raw roster. But yes, I can definitely see this fueling speculation. Well, I already have seen a bunch of speculation on AJ Lee possibly returning to WWE because think about it. You have Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, then you have CM Punk. Who's his female ally going to be? Who's he going to team up with? His daughter, Roxanne Perez? No. He has to bring back AJ Lee. AJ Lee has to team up with CM Punk to take on Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch at WrestlePalooza. I mean, that might be a little soon, but they could do this deal where Punk has like a mystery partner that's not revealed until like on the night itself. Then AJ Lee's music hits and she gets a huge pop. I think that would be a smart business decision to book it for WrestlePalooza because that they could sell like more ESPN subscriptions, thus make more money. So it's right up your alley, TKO. But yes, I've never really been like an advocate for AJ Lee returning to WWE. It's not that I don't want it to happen. I want it to happen, but like I've just never seen it as being very likely. But I feel like now it is the most likely it's ever been. So hold on to your hope, AJ Lee fans, including myself. She could be finally on her way back home.
Right, guys, I forgot to film an outro and I already tore the setup down, so I figured I'd just do it in audio form. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, I would greatly appreciate it if you were to smash a like on this video, subscribe to Jed Wrestling, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. But yes, Jed Wrestling out.